Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to New Face Entertainment. We thank you. We appreciate you for coming. And also, for those who are coming for the first time, please hit the red subscribe button, and God will continue to bless you in all your endeavors. Thank you.
Yeah, it's the birthday of Toyin Abraham's stepdaughter, Temitope Ajewole. Here are the 11 gold pieces of advice that she gave to our teenage daughter that is celebrating her 15th birthday. If you could speak to your own teenage self and impart some of your wisdom on them, what would it look like? Without much further ado, here are some of the things that she came up with. You can also ask yourself whether the teenagers in your life might benefit from hearing them. Don't rush to grow up. When you reach your teenage years, you might wish to be treated more like an adult, to be given more independence and more say over your life, to wear more grown-up clothes, to watch more grown-up movies, and to do more grown-up things. Growing up shouldn't, however, be something we try to make happen. It should happen by itself as and when the right time comes. In all honesty, you should try to embrace your childhood for as long as you can, because this is the time when you will live the most carefree of your days on this earth. Don't try to plan your entire life out. It's often in your teenage years that you first start thinking or fantasizing about your future. You might begin to consider the types of career you want to have or the lifestyle you want to lead. In some instances, particularly regarding your academics choices, you can lay some foundations for the future and outline a rough plan of what you would like to do. We will say to you, though, that you can't always stick rigidly to a plan, no matter how well thought out it may be. Well, it is prudent to have some goals that you would like to maintain in life. You have to be accepting when things don't follow the path you have set out. One of the main pieces of advice to give in this regard is that you shouldn't put specific time frames on the major events in your life. Whether it is your career progression, love life, home ownership goals, or desire to have children, you must be fully aware of the unpredictability of life. Having these things in mind, my dear, is one thing, but trying to achieve them at certain stages of your life is another story altogether. Friends will come and go. While you should never underestimate the power of friendship to see you through the ups and downs, the fact of the matter is that very few of your current friends will remain your friends into adult life. As much as this may be upsetting to hear, and however sad you may be when a friendship ends, you should know that a new one might be just around the corner. Not all friends drift apart, however, and what you will probably find is that those friendships you treasure most are the ones that you will go to the greatest lengths to maintain. Cool is just a matter of opinion. Speaking of friends, you may sometimes try to fit in with groups of people who you deem to be cool, but such a strategy rarely ever works out in the long run. Know that nobody is cool in absolute terms. All this that you see on Instagram is audio picture, audio money, audio everything. This is to say that what one person views as cool, another sees as uncool. If you spend too much time trying to conform to every possible fashion trend or other act of cool, then you will not have much time to be yourself. As cliche as this sounds, You shouldn't underestimate the power of just being you. By so doing, you will naturally attract and be attracted to people with whom you are most likely to form deep bonds rather than the superficial ones that are likely when you try to put on an act. Who cares if you play in the school band or the school theater instead of the football team? And what does it matter if you prefer to spend time playing fantasy card games while others hang out in the park? You are cool to your friends and they are cool to you. Screw what other people think. Saying no is fine. As a teenager, you may find that there is a lot of pressure to say yes to everything. This could come from your friends or from other people you know in and out of school. Peer pressure may sound like a joke to you, but as you go through this stage of your life, it will rear its ugly head on countless occasions. As part of growing up is, of course, to make some mistakes and learn from them, but making a mistake because someone else told you to is hardly the freedom of expression that you may wish for as a young person. You are probably more than happy to defy your parents on certain matters, and it shouldn't be very different with friends and other influences. And this doesn't just relate to the obvious perils of drinking, smoking, and drugs. Anytime you don't feel like doing something, you should feel about to say no to it. Maybe some of your friends are going to the cinema but you don't really want to, or perhaps you get invited to go on holiday with a friend and a family when you would find this a bit too awkward. It's okay to say no to these and other opportunities that come your way. You are not the only one who is anxious. Your teenage years can be some of the most physical and emotional stressful of your life, and you will probably have a multitude of worries floating around your head at any one time. You may think that you are alone in this, but pretty much every other person will be feeling the same and similar things at your age. You can certainly do things to try and reduce the intensity of these emotions, okay, or you can just accept them as part of your current reality and remain yourself that all of your friends and peers are going through it too. Seek help when things get too much. There may come a time when the feelings and thoughts associated with a teenager get too much, and it is then a good idea to seek help. Help can come in many different guises, from a heart-to-heart talk with a friend or family member to external support services such as charity. I will always be there for you, my sweet daughter. The old saying that a problem shared is a problem half solved is not far from the truth, and relying on the help of others is not a sign of weakness, my dear. It is actually a sign of strength. Stay open-minded to the views and opinions of others. Your views will change over time. Staying on the subject of the view you take of the world, you should accept that this will change as you progress through teenage years and as you continue into adult life. Trust your gut. When humans have been blessed with an innate sense that informs us what is and isn't right for us in any given situation, you should follow this intuitive gut feeling as much as you can, because it will generally do right by you. Don't aspire monetary wealth. This is the last golden rule. Desiring to be rich in the material sense is an easy trap for people to fall into, especially as teenagers. up until this age, you haven't necessarily had to deal with money, but it is often the time in your life when you first start to work and receive a pay packet of your own. Having this money is an extremely liberating and empowering feeling, and it might seem that having more of it would only make your life more enjoyable. Just always remember that any of these advices that you feel like you don't understand or you just want me to throw more light on, just come to me and I will always keep my arms open to embrace you, even if you go against any of these advices. I love you, my sweet daughter. Many more years to you. Love you. God be with you. Progress and happiness all the days of your life. Happy birthday, Temitope Ajewole. I love you.
I promise Daddy that I will not have a boyfriend.
No, not that.
Please subscribe to this channel. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe. Share this video. Subscribe to this channel. Tell your friends to subscribe to this channel. Subscribing to this channel is very, very